Alright, good evening, boys. It is me, Kasin Koral, and I'm back here playing. If I can get it correctly. Oh wow, it slowed down. I'm basically gonna be playing another Snoot game, inspired game. Well, I said I'll be going back to this, but hey, yo, here it is. DevLog, yes! We did chapter 3 last time. Basically, I think we started off the day with Dev drawing up OCs for his or potential OCs for his new game. Uh, gotta meet up more or yeah, interact more with Abigail? No. What if the long neck dinosaur is called? I don't think it's Abby. Uh, we also recruited more people in lunchtime. Rebecca is on board. The rich kid's on board. So yeah, and then I think we also decided Jana to pick or to go for in like the last minutes of last episode. So let us pick up here. I think this is where I left off. Well, this is where the load was. So heyo. All right. Is there the white thing there? No, the bar's not showing. Okay. So my mind is just too active. Buzz with a week's worth of schoolwork and the looming idea that I'm actually helping design a game. I set up and walked towards the window to peer out at the illuminated quad below. It's just as barren as one might expect at this hour, with harsh fluorescent lights casting artificial moonbeams across the grass. Classes have been a mixed bag so far. Some teachers like Mr. Jobslinski have us watch band performances and use Snoot for homework. Okay. Oh, the music teacher, okay. Others like Mr. Hawthorne have been putting me through the ringers with all these assignments. Math heritage, honestly. If I were asleep right now, I'd undoubtedly be having nightmares about factoring endless quadratic equations. Aside from that, we've had a few more of our late-night rendezvous. But we realized it couldn't be an every-night thing when one of the campus security almost caught us with Emily hanging from the building one night. No, Emily's not the long-necked girl. Okay. It's the goth girl. The girl that we might want? Maybe? Elliot's the rich kid, okay. Elliot has been attending regularly, too, with each question of what he's adding being met with a... I've got a week, don't I? Just trust me. And other non-answers. Theo certainly believes he'll come through, but Rebecca... No, okay, Emily is the long-necked girl, fuck. Rebecca's the girl that... Fucking hell. I'm sorry, I don't remember shit. Theo certainly believes he'll come through, but Rebecca, Emily, and I are more skeptical. Thinking of the video game, though, it brings up another issue. Me. Yeah, what you bring to the table, basically. Well, I guess it's more like an issue of my inability to give us a solid direction so far. Beyond that first meeting, we haven't made much headway. Sure, ideas have been tossed around, but it was much more of a hangout with friends than anything. Which, hey, I'm not exactly complaining about. But that initial vote of confidence from everyone, giving me the title of lead designer, it felt sort of undeserved. I mean, I can feel that. Don't really have that many skills to put forth, but you could be like the bringer of worlds or whatever. Maybe you can actually have some good ideas, who knows. I audibly sigh and begin to pace my room. Now that some time has passed, it seems like I'll have this room all to myself for the school year. I guess that's better for insomniac dread spirals like this. Also, I noticed that cyberpunk poster. Cyber dude, it's just cyber dude. And then a Batman poster. I think that's the most recent Batman, right? 2023? The one with the Twilight dude? I realize I don't know the first thing about being a lead designer, or what a lead designer really is. Surely it isn't enough to have put together such a ragtag crew. something Elliot is unhelpfully very vocal of. So what else am I missing? I think Rebecca said something about writing the documentation memos or whatever in our first get-together. I guess I can start with that. I sit back on my bed and pull out my old trusty crap top. Hey, the laptop is what's getting you through everything. Nice sound. Nice sound effect, buddy. I sit back on my bed and pull out my old crest. Oh wait, no. I already read that, fuck. Even the patches of dead pixels splotching the screen, I'm blighted by the surprisingly quick boot up. This thing is kind of a marvel, honestly. It's like iOS laptops. I don't know the specs, but it was already outdated when I bought it a decade ago. It was my first personal purchase from a paycheck I earned myself. A small smile is brought to my face at that memory. Does that at least work? But then I remember how my parents just forgot to pay the power bill that month, and we had to spend the better part of it in darkness as a result. I checked the time. 2 or 3 a.m. Oh, you gotta sleep, brother, man. Man, something about this time of night just brings up all the fun memories, huh? Whatever you say. I shake my head and navigate to Google Docs to get started documenting whatever I have. My shoddy formatting leaves much to be desired, but I get a functional outline together and start typing out whatever ideas I could remember from our meetings. You should just wrote down notes and then put on the doc. We finally decided on our genre recently. Oh, I guess we see now? I'd go with Metroidvania, fuck it. A nice Metroidvania seemed like a good middle ground we could all agree on. Rebecca could write to her heart's content, but it would be much more subtle stuff rather than big exposition dumps or long, boring dialogues. That's not to say she had a shortage of ideas, though. In fact, quite the opposite. Here's the smile. One idea that I thought was pretty good was making the player an angel warrior, descending into hell to personally kill the devil personally kill the devil before to avoid some fated apocalypse. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I'm just not comprehending right, but that doesn't seem rightly formatted or whatever. That doesn't seem like proper grammar or syntax, whatever you want to fucking call it. Elliot immediately accused all of us of trying to make a Boom clone, funnily enough. I mean, is he wrong? Technically, that's also Dante's Inferno thing, but hey, does that really matter? Since the concept was a Metroidvania, we of course quickly shifted to a third-person side-scroller style over FPS for the concept. In-game upgrades would come from defeating progressively harder bosses, slowly corrupting the player, leading to a climactic final battle between two fallen angels. Despite their religious set dressing being pretty much just that, the idea does sound solid for story, art, and gameplay purposes. Another idea she threw at us was one of those typical dystopian settings. A world suffocated by a tyrannical government that brought about the end times through their own hubris. Okay. Cyberpunk? Well, Cyberpunk's not really suffering that much. They're not really collapsing. It is dystopian, but they're not collapsing. I guess Spec Ops the line. Whatever. The game setting would reflect a modern world, but we'd be left ambiguous to avoid any political parallels. We're trying to make games, after all, not a statement. That's what games should be, but sadly they don't really do that, do they? Well, actually, Rebecca did voice wanting to create a takedown of the modern imperialist system of exploitation by proxy. In any case, the idea of a world on its last legs with a lone faceless protect literally turning an evil government's own guns back on them does sound really cool. Though really generic. It gives us the chance to have a grounded world while still introducing high-tech weapons and set pieces. And the last solid idea was having the player crash land on and explore a hostile alien world as they try to escape. So what, the forest? Ark? Oh, I get... Not really Ark. Wait, no. I don't think you crash on the planet Ark or whatever the land Ark is. But you do basically survive in a hostile alien planet. Even though it's not really alien. This sounds much more generic. Also, the second idea could also just be Far Cry. One can literally make an argument that Far Cry can be that. Especially Far Cry 1 or 2. 6 as well. 5, the government's already collapsed there, or at least the local government. Anyways. The forest. The idea ran wild with ideas of monsters, alien predators, and fauna that would compromise the enemies and background of the game. The player would have to survive by scavenging rare tech from long-dead adventurers. Not unlike them, the armory of weapons to be found would give a good variety to choose from. And unique build customization could also offer replayability. Given the solid execution of the style and gunplay, it could hook people for hours beyond actual story runtime. That could be all these ideas, honestly. But this one definitely holds true. Maybe like 200 hours or some shit. We've definitely got some strong concepts. But that being said, I find myself filling in a lot of blanks and providing branched paths for us to pursue for each idea. I guess that's what a project lead does, but it feels awkward to be making demands of others like this. I mean, you have to lead someone. You can't just lead by, oh, let me look at this. Oh, alright, got some ideas. Alright, you're doing good. You gotta fucking criticize, see what they're doing, give feedback, or try to make it better, or just say, maybe not the best idea. You know, you gotta have the balls to say what to keep everything in line. It will still be a group decision, but I do my best to flesh out each choice and give them all equal footing to start on. My points mainly consist of mechanical directions, focal points for story, and so on. Still, for as much as I'm typing, there's a nagging feeling that I'm missing something. I'll push the unhelpful thought aside for now, certain it will come to me when it matters. Tapping away. Oh god. Finally, after hours of typing up a storm, I have something I can actually present to the group. Nigga, it's sunlight! Look at the sunlight to your left! Wait. Oh, nice. The stone hurrah! You gotta return that, buddy. Hours? What time is it? 6:52 a.m. You're cooked, buddy. I crane my head upward and see that sunlight is already spilling to my room from the window behind me. Crap! Did I seriously stay up all night? I am screwed. No, calm down, Dev. All you need is a quick nap and... No, that will not fix it. And you'll survive. You won't survive. I turn on my alarm for 7:30 a.m. this time. And set another one for 8:30. Like a second to really make a difference. I quickly take my jacket off and make a break from my bed. Somehow, though, shutting my eyes and forcing them to close doesn't help me fall asleep any sooner. With my mind rushing so quickly, I don't actually have any idea when my mind finally drifts off. You're gonna wake up at like 11, 12. Up and at 'em. I rush to class with less time than that on my first day, so maybe today won't be so bad. I just have to be smart about it. I mean, I don't feel exhausted right now, and aside from Mr. Hawthorne's class, I only have musical theory to worry about. That's only 2 classes, so it should be more than manageable. right? You are a silly boy. I have made an incredible miscalculation. What a sad, sad fate. Also, I'm hungry, so let me get some food. Let me save real quick as well. I don't know. No, that's not what I fucking want. Yeah! Also, I shaved. Yeah. Hooray for me, I guess. Okay. Well, oh, Jesus Christ, it's 11:20. Okay. I guess I'll do a little bit more. I do have to work tomorrow, but, man, yeah. It's gonna be tough, because I'm probably gonna be back here again at, like, 9 p.m. Uh, Big miscalculation. The realization comes all too late upon waking up far worse off than when I went down for my cat nap. I was doing alright, but that hour and a half does wonders to exhaust me in ways only a poorly timed nap can. My head feels like it's full of sand and that I'm on the verge of conking out the second I get too comfortable. That's true. It gets much scarier while you're driving. Yes, I've driven on highways, but I'm still getting used to it. Energy drinks will help out. It makes me piss, so. No accidents, but frequent stops. And Mr. Hawthorne is losing no steam in today's lecture. Seconds are dragging on as I watch the clock above his head. I try to tune into the lecture, but I barely have a mind for this stuff at the top of my game. So, to reiterate, factoring rational expressions is quite simple. I know the term rational expressions. I just forgot what they are, or what it looks like. Probably like fx or whatever. Your first step should be balancing the equation and collecting like terms to sort them. Okay, I remember that somewhat. Then of course comes factoring out the binomials from the trinomials. That's where my brain just dissolves. Like, how about we just ban the x? No more x's. No more. You're being silly right now. You're like the government. Each step he explains adds to the growing hieroglyphics on the blackboard. Oh, it's a blackboard too. Oh, I should have known it's a chalkboard. What's with you and your smile? You won't be dealing with quadrinomials in this class, but for all of your sake, we'll do a few for fun. In case I end up having you in subsequent courses. For fun. Math is gay. Math is faking gay. It makes the world go around, but so does war. So does bombing! Bombing the countries! So does India versus Pakistan bombing each other. That makes my world go around. I'm certainly certain of one thing about my future. I will avoid math like the plague. You're literally designing a game. I'm pretty sure you'll run into math. And not just basic math. I'll get the prerequisites done and then skate by the rest of my life eyeballing stuff in the imperial system like any good American. God bless. I'll give you... It's probably like... I don't know, 32 cheeseburgers long? But that doesn't save me from the suffering right now. Well done. It's time to try some yourselves. I'll write a few on the board and give you some time to work them out before we come back together to solve them. Mr. Hawthorne plasters 3 behemoth equations on the board, one of which has suspiciously more components than a trinomial, and then sits at his desk to create our quizzes from last week. I cast my eyes down to the paper before me. It's blank. Whose fault is that, I wonder? Mr. Hawthorne's. I shake my head. Not doing much to remove the heaty haze I find myself in. Turning my head to the right, I see Emily is already done. At least I assume she is. She's currently in full drawing mode, swaying her head side to side as she doodles. Fuck, I might as well sleep here, because holy shit, I'm getting tired already. I'm sorry, but yeah. I I could always just ask her for the answers. Maybe I'll explain that I'm not doing so hot and that I appreciate the favor. Or could you put those notes of hers to use? I decide to... Yeah, fuck. Let's make a choice and then we'll end it here. Oh, we'll save. Shame be damned. I'll just ask her for to share the answers. Usually, the good choices in the beginning involve asking other people. Because you need to ask people for help. That's a good boy thing. Oh, motherfucker. We're close enough that it wouldn't be weird to ask her outright for the answers. Alright. Peace out. I'll go to work or sleep, go to work, and then come back here like 9:30. Alright. I'm back, y'all. I'm back from work. Yeah, hooker shirt. Let's go. Right. That's not the one, damn. Let us continue this epic game. We are close enough that it wouldn't be weird to ask her outright for the answers. I mean, we are close enough to become video game development buddies already. That's honestly closer than I was to a lot of old friends. I gather my nerves and tap her forearm. She jumps slightly before looking at me through her visor of hair. She carefully tilts her head lightly as if asking, "What's up?" I write on my message on a blank notebook page. "Can I see your answers?" She frowns at that, but doesn't outright refuse yet. I quickly add onto the request. You should have said please. I didn't get much sleep and I'm barely hanging on right now. RN. Registered nurse. It's this one time, I swear. Oh, look at her. Damn. She got booba. She got melons, y'all. Emily weighs the heartfelt plea, pursing her lips from one side to the other. Finally, she shakes her head and writes down her own note. I did it. I didn't do the assignment. There's a little doodle of herself at the bottom doing a little shrug. It is what it is now. Well, shit. I can't exactly complain. I was actually asking to copy your answers after all. Maybe, since neither of us did it then, we could work on it together. Her head drops slightly, and she purses her lips at my question. Was that too presumptuous? I mean, with us working on the game and knowing each other for like a week, I thought... Should I not have assumed we were friends? Maybe not. Maybe... I don't know. Well, you're testing the water, so that's something. Yeah, that's all I can say. She scribbled something down in the note. I'm not very good at this class. You probably don't want my help. I want your help. I'm sure you can't be worse than me at... Before I can finish, she pushes a note at me, nearly knocking me out of my seat. This is my second time taking this class. Oh! Well, either way, I still would like your help. Lads, when I was still in college, I had to take fucking college algebra 3 fucking times, cause algebra fucking sucks for me like that. Now I'm going to mechanical school, so whatever. I try to give my best reassuring smile, which surprisingly seems to work, since she gives me her own weak one in return. Emily closes her sketchbook before taking out her scratch paper. Her mathematical notation is just as neat as her handwriting. She starts by rewriting Mr. Hawthorne's steps out and then correlating them to her own steps, before passing it off to me. Motherfucker, I hate this type of math. Trinomials, binomials, alright. She factored a trinomial in the numerator, while the oh, that's a fraction one. While the denominator is left to me. I have no clue how to tackle it. Damn, how does a negative factor, bro? I know it's easy. It's like, what? When you're getting the numbers, it has to match the end? That's, well, one of the numbers. Like, the end has to match up when added, has to match up the middle when added? Or multiplied? No. No, it has to match the end when multiplied. And then the middle when added. Okay, I think that's how it works. Some shit like that. X squared minus 2x minus 8. Oh wait, no, you square... Okay, so you square root that, motherfucker. Right. Okay, you know what? We're doing math class, y'all. Wait. Let me see if there's an online thing here. I'm right here. There you go. I couldn't see the plus sign. That's how many tabs I have open. Whatever. Online. Her? Where am I gonna get the E? Okay, so we got online notepad. Can y'all see my shit? I guess so. Right. Oh my god, I can't draw on it? Please, I want to draw on it. Nope, no. Insert? No. Okay, yeah, this shit's gay. Fake! Fake! Or blank page. I don't want to write, I want to do... Okay. Actually, I think I have a thing. Photopy, Godspeed. Right. Wait, no, this is the pen. I want the brush. Oh no, here it is, wow. Okay, so X squared. What was the damn question? Motherfucker. Minus 2x minus again? Of course I choose the wrong tab. 8, okay. I'm pretty sure there's also a thing where if the signs here are negative, the answer has to be positive or something like that? Or it's a positive or it has to be negative. I don't remember. Alright, we're square roots. Okay, this is gonna be stupid, or it's gonna be messy, I should say. Then x, right? And then no, 8's not a perfect square root, right? Ah, shit. Damn. Yeah, I'm failing this shit. That's how bad I am at math. 8 is not a perfect square, right? It better not be. Okay, so I think we have to turn it to perfect squares. I think I had to do that before I did this, but whatever. Four is a perfect square, but not 2. I'm definitely doing this the wrong way, but I think... Wait! Yeah, I don't know shit, y'all. Wow. I can see why I fucking failed college. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these are... Actually, no, these are... motherfucker. So this is 2. I'm sorry I'm doing this shit, but I had to. Oh my god, you motherfucker. Whatever. I ripped a hole in the paper, but this paper can still be written on. No, this definitely isn't that damn answer, but I don't want to do this shit. I mean, they're like terms, like the squares. I just don't know if it has to be 2x or something else. Whatever. This doesn't look right, dude. Alright. Yeah. Those certainly are numbers. Gotta do that. What's the method again? Something about one of the numbers equaling the sum, or the other equaling the product. Jeez. Mr. Hawthorne couldn't be more abstract if he tried. I mean, that's math. That's honestly math. If you can't get it, gotta study, and like what I did, which I didn't really care about studying. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care about this particular subject. I try and fruitlessly split the equation several times, erasing over and over with each error. Emily is patiently standing by, only giving me nervous thumbs up whenever I look up for her to help. But after enough floundering on my part, Mr. Hawthorne is back to the blackboard before I even solve the first question. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? I hope you forgive me for throwing a quadrinomial at you. I promise we'll cover how to do them in a moment. I thought we were doing a trinomial, but all even. Yeah, this is not a Oh, I mean, this is not a quadrinomial. I think it is a trinomial, yeah, because this is still multiplication. I promise we'll cover how to do them in a moment. Dev. My head shoots up. The adrenaline spike waking me up faster than a triple shot exposure straight. Yes, sir? What is the first step in solving this equation? Breaking up the trinomial, sir? Yeah, that's very good. What does that look like for the numerator? You motherfucker, you only wanted one question. I glanced at the only step Emily completed. 3x plus 3 times... Wow. Oh my Wow. Okay. X plus 3, first parentheses, times, second parentheses, x minus 4. Jesus Christ. I had a 9-hour shift, y'all. 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. And that was just 30 minutes off of closing. I'm sure we all see how Dev got that. Yeah, off of Emily. There's nods and murmurs all around us. Huh? Even I don't know how I got that. And what about the denominator? Ooh, that's a damn shame, brother. You and Mrs. Bennett were working on the assignment together, correct? Surely with 2 heads you can answer my question. We didn't get that far. Mr. Hawthorne pinches the bridge of his nose and sighs in exasperation. I see. And he looks back up. The brontosaur next to me practically collapses in on herself. He doesn't say anything, but the scolding is implicit and far louder than words. Very well. What did you get when factoring the denominator? Aw, look at... Emily's shaking. Despite quickly moving past it, Mr. Hawthorne's wordless admonishment leaves Emily listless. She simply buries her head under her own neck and refuses to draw anything. along with the lesson timidly. A pang of guilt bites at me. She was just trying to help me. But I could have told her not to bet on me coming through in this case. Emily definitely didn't deserve that, but now we're both left feeling worse for it. I can't even focus on Mr. Hawthorne's explanation of how to factor a quadrinomial as I stew in my own guilt. The rest of the class passed it like a kidney stone, having learned nothing and only embarrassing my maybe friend. Mr. Hawthorne ends up dismissing us a few minutes early. He casts one judgmental glance back towards us before shaking his head and leaving. Lamau, okay. I suck my teeth and rub my face vigorously to wake up even a little bit more. I'd like to blame that whole thing on sleeplessness, but that feels cheap. I mean, sure. However, you didn't really study. Now that I think about it, you literally had a game dev meeting, so, whatever. I slowly turn towards Emily, who still hasn't started packing up her things. Hey, Emily. I clear my throat. Emily? Hey, Emily? She finally shifts herself out of her cocoon, Jesus, neck-coon to peer her head-shaded eyes at me. Sorry about that. I mean, you just tried to help me, and I know you don't see it that way, but it seems like Mr. Hawthorne has it out for you. That doesn't wash my hands clean, but it would have happened if not for me. Emily frowns, casting her eyes down and simply shaking her head. She doesn't move to draft a defense or any response at all. She just starts packing up. I guess that's fair. I decide not to push the issue and just pack up myself. I finish well ahead of her and glance towards the door. So, I'm gonna head to lunch. Sorry again. You still meeting in the library today? She doesn't look at me, but almost imperceptibly bobs her head. Right, good. See you then? I watch her for another beat, but when I realize she isn't going to respond again, I slink away with my proverbial tail between my legs. What a shame. Jeez, what a start to my day. Here's hoping lunch is my saving grace. I head to the cafeteria, thinking of possible quick fixes quick fixes for my current malaise. Holy sunlight, buddy. I'm barely lucid as I stumble through the cafeteria. I feel like I'm about to crash. Get more homework help with AI mode. That is actually crazy. I mean, the fact that this type of stuff wasn't even around, at least for Google. It wasn't even around during 2018. I mean, there were sites for it, but some to this extent, no. You had to go out of your way for that shit. Violently. I'm so out of it that I don't even realize that someone's come up behind me before I feel a hand on my shoulder. And in that moment, I feel my soul leap from my body. I don't have any money on me! All at once, my adrenaline spiked again, and all eyes in the cafeteria are on me. With my face already heating up, I turn around to see a shocked Theo. Did you actually think a mugger would politely tap you on the shoulder? Despite being the butt of his joke, his infectious laughter cracks a smile into my face. Whatever. It was, a bit. Yeah, a bit, yeah, sure. Whatever. Whatever you say, man. But seriously, you look kinda out of it again. I just didn't sleep all that well last night. I was working on the... Well, not really a game, but okay. Bro, For a moment I feel like I'm about to get scolded by a friend, but then I remember it's Theo. Me too! I was actually typing up such a storm that Elliot left our dorm an hour early this morning. How much sleep did you get? Like, an hour and a half? Oh, rookie mistake, buddy. Should've tucked it out, buddy. Tucked it out like I did. As long as I don't shut my eyes for too long, I'm fine. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, aren't you... You are a sight. What the fuck? Camera, there you go. Theo blinks at a painfully slow pace. Ever-present smile much more strained than usual. Right. You sure you're okay today? I mean, be like me and drink tea at it's fucking 11. May 1st though, May 1st. And then, oh shit, Monday is Cinco de Mayo. Nice. Never been better. It's you I'm concerned about, dude. Look like a goddamn tweaker, brother, man. Send this motherfucker to Canada. Put him into SAFE program. Whatever the suicide program's called. Or assisted suicide program. How are you gonna make it for the rest of the day? Wait, we're still meeting in the library, right? Yeah, if I can help it. Well, you know what you gotta do, right? Wait, Raptors, Jesus? Buddha sword, or whatever other deity will listen? Damn, not. I guess really, you can't really say. Well, you can say Allosaurus, but you already have Buddhasaur. Just repetitive. He laughs before clapping me on the back and nearly toppling me. Nah, man. You just gotta introduce a little chemical aid into your system. Goddamn monster drinks. Like drugs? Of a sort. It's drugs. Oh, look at the Chinese takeout, y'all. Crazy. He points over to the drink counters off at the side of the lunch line. Dozens of gleaming coffee-making equipment and sugary beverage dispensers line the surface. Pick your poison, and use just enough not to kill yourself, and you might make it. I groan. I guess it's kinda lucky that I don't have much of a tolerance for sugar or coffee. But at the same time, both were a luxury growing up, so I never much gained a taste. But I think Theo is right here. Without something to force me awake, I won't stay conscious class. I mean, you can get an energy drink. Then again, I remember in high school, I think it was only senior year, I just started to, I think there was like near halfway through the senior year, I just started going to not Subway, Speedway near my high school. I don't even think they exist anymore. It used to be a Hess, but said Speedway's a Mobile One, but whatever. Basically, I started to drink some Monster. Picked out one of their flavors. Definitely wasn't White Monster. I think it was pink. Or some other color. Worked the first time. That only had like, what, 4 hours of sleep that time, if I remember correctly. Like I said, worked like a charm. Second day, did it again. Didn't fucking work. And then I started sleeping regularly. Next week, I didn't. Monster again, didn't work. So, skill issue, I guess. Whatever. With my options limited, I guess I'll choose black as oil and just as bitter. I mean, coffee was nice. Going black, it's an acquired taste, I'll say that. Creamer standard coffee might make might give you the shits since you're not used to it. Big sip of Monster Energy. Or Red Bull. That's alright. I do like the coffee bean monster. And that did not even make me awake. That made me more sleepy. What the hell? I'm doing OG coffee. With creamer. Theo watches me with a judgmental look as I open and pour in pack after pack of creamer well before any coffee. That's not how you do it, but okay. I figured a sugary creamer in a touch? Wait. Okay. So it's just creamer with a hint of coffee. Okay. So that's the good middle option. At least I'll be able to stomach it now. The first sip is a foamy one. It goes down poorly. It's sickeningly rich, and I'm already committed now. This is the price I paid for my hubris this morning. I paid for my drink and Theo for his food. I was just getting anything at Theo's recommendation. Don't get more broke. If you eat too much, it'll just make it harder. Trust. I've had plenty of all-nighters. I shrug and accept the advice, but I find it odd that he goes on to pile his plate high with ham. Well, it's his advice. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Everybody's different, honestly. I think. We take a seat at our normal spot and I quickly notice Rebecca's absence. Where's your sis? Oh, you know. No. That's why I asked, bitch ass. He rubs his neck sheepishly. She got held back in her class for being disruptive. Of course. Whoa! Homegirl got detention? No, Dev. This is college. We don't have detention. Why'd she willingly stay behind? Because college professors can just hold your grade hostage. That's true. That is very, very true. That makes much more sense. As unfortunate as that is for Rebecca, I'm glad it's just you and I for now. I can only imagine how much she'd be ripping me for staying up all night. The two of us commiserate our poor life choices and talk about classes. BG talk is later, as we decide. Though, I am curious what kept Elliot up working on. Theo has to leave from one of his classes, so I make my way for Mr. Jablinski's at a snail's pace since the class isn't due to start for a while. Even my best efforts to wake my tired mind and body have only resulted in an increased heart rate and a slow crash. Whoa. I arrive at the music room about 10 minutes early and take a seat at the back. I always make the mistake of laying my head down before jolting back up. As chill as Mr. Jablinski is, I doubt he'd let me catch some Z's in the middle of his class. Abigail's the second to arrive. I give her a tired wave, which she reciprocates more earnestly, and the class fills up quickly not long after that. When the bell rings, Mr. Jablinski is still nowhere to be found. Everyone sets about talking amongst one another to fill the silence. And I find myself desperately clinging to consciousness. That's real. Everyone jolts when the classroom door is suddenly kicked open. Skadoosh! Skadoosh! Okay, Poe, chill out. Mr. Jablinski struts up to the front. What the hell is this pose, man? I don't know. Sorry, ladies and gents. Did I give him an accent? At another one of those curriculum meetings everyone else is so focused on. So in honor of saying screw you to that, takes a look around at the patch of classroom distribution. Ah, no, no, no. Ah, no, 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 no. This won't do. Come on, everybody, pull close to the front. You gotta really get into the music and feel it. He waits for everyone to move, prompting a lot of groans and reluctant seat shuffling. Dev! I start... I start? I shake at the sound of my name. Yes, sir? Come on, Odom. Sit next to Abigail. The only thing I didn't know is you trying to hide in the back right there. Now it's my turn to decide. I was hoping to stay on the down low in this class. At least I met Abigail already. I trudged to the front and sat beside her. Hi, Deb. It's Dev. And hi, Abigail. Oh, of course. It's a tricky name for me, sorry. Did I give her an accent too? I don't remember. She is European, right? Nah, it's no problem. After everyone's moved closer towards the front, Mr. Jablinski stands at the front with an electric guitar in hand. Rock on! Now, as I was saying, not to give in the butt to things like expected curriculum and academic decorum, I'm about to ask you all one of the single most important questions in this class. Even the students in the back trying to get in as quick naps only perks their ears up at that. I'm just as curious. What question could be that important? What is your favorite music genre? He strums out a riff on his electric guitar as the class collectively groans. Mr. Jablinski makes a bunch of weird mouth sounds as he plays before pointing to Abigail. Abigail, what's your favorite genre? Classical, of course. I see, I see. He nods along before pointing to her again. Why? Why? Why I like classical music? Mr. Jablinski urges her on with another nod. God damn it, Abigail. Because they're classic. Tchaikovsky, Vivaldi, Handel, they were all geniuses. Well, duh, but you didn't tell me why you like it. Abigail seems frozen on the spot at that. Music is but about more than just composition or popularity. I mean, hey, I'd say Sabbath is as classic as it gets, but everyone has their own likes for a reason. Music speaks to you. Can you imagine not being able to tell your parents why you love your boyfriend? Well, in this case, I'm your music dad, and no daughter of mine will get with any 2-bit genre like mumble rap. Fucking mumble rap. Mr. Jablinski shivers at the thought. Me one rap. Rap in general. Unless you can make me see a little bit of what you see in it. That's all this question's trying to do. I won't put you in the spot anymore. I'll ask you again around finals, so everyone keep that in mind as you think of your answer. Abigail looks pretty down in the dumps after that. She's just staring at her desk with a furrowed brow instead of her usual attentiveness. I'm about to ask her what's wrong when Mr. Jablinski fires off another riff and points at me. Damn! Favorite music genre, go! No thinking. Feel it. First thing that comes to mind. My mind goes blank on being put on the spot like this. First thing that comes to mind, huh? Mumble rap is a fucking option, okay. Alternative rock. I'll go with alternative rock. I don't think that's Bon Jovi. Pop music is so... what's that? Ambiguous, ain't it? That's just popular music. That can be fucking Billie Eilish. That can be Katy Perry from way back then. It can be Madonna from the fucking 90s. Lady Gaga in early 2000s. Or late 2000s. Rihanna, early 2010s. Fucking Titanium. Oh, Madonna. I mean, I can hear a fair amount of Madonna songs, I just don't know the names of them. Lady Gaga. Wow. Alejandro. Wow. I know a fair amount of Lady Gaga songs, but I'm blanking out now. Pop music is just too general, but hey, I can feel pop music. Alternative rock, I'll go with that. Alt rock. Mr. Jablinski quirked an eyebrow at that. What kind of alt rock are we talking? What kind? Like Generator Head. Fuck. Okay, this is not the genre I'm thinking of. Okay. Can you name another song other than Cold Walking? I realized that I actually can't. I thought you were going to ask me why I like the genre? Mr. Jablinski claps his hands together and sighs. I think I've heard enough. I'm not mad at you, Dev. As your music dad, I'm just disappointed. That doesn't address anyone. If you're gonna name drop a band, I will test your knowledge of your discography. There you go. Good news is that you have until finals to listen to all the music, Dev. Try to think more if you really like alt rock and what. That's a retarded reason. I like Bon Jovi. Do I like all his music? No. I like Blaze of Glory. That's my favorite song. Alright. Alright, next victim. Who's it gonna be? Looking back at Abigail, she's just as down in the dumps as before I had given my answer. She doesn't even seem to be paying attention anymore. This just seems like school being retarded. Like shutting people down. I mean, I guess since I don't really care about this shit anymore, it's like, well, alright. I mean, didn't really check on her answer that hard, did he? Definitely not worse than what I got. Even the teasing she received on the first date didn't get her like this. I hesitated for a second, but decided to check on her. Hey, Abigail. Abigail? You okay? She looks up seemingly in surprise that I am talking to her. What? Oh, yes. Yes, I'm fine. Alright, just figured I'd ask. You aren't acting like your normal self. Was it Mr. Jablinski's question? Or something else? Is what I want to add onto that. I've only caught glimpses of it after our first day, but I can see that her parents still hound her constantly. In a twisted way, I'm thankful I don't have to experience the same. College is rough enough on its own. Well, no, well, I mean, yes, it... I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't able to answer him correctly. I mean, he popped the question right out. I guess just think on it. Think about the question more instead of just blurring it out. Even though technically you didn't really blur it out. I guess the man wants you to think more critically, but even then... I don't know. You just seem like the faggot I would see. Oh, you're wearing the band shirt! Name all their songs or some shit! Like, kill yourself right now. How about I be casual and you go be hardcore somewhere else? I don't know. Hardcore in your home and then shoot yourself in the head. If you want to be that hardcore. Go on, Bork fan. Bitch ass. Well, there wasn't really a correct answer. Yeah, of course there was. It would be the one where he agreed. Who cares if he agrees with you, though? Ah, you can agree on one thing, you can agree on many things. But there will be disagreements, don't be afraid of that. If he saw what I did in classical music, but I couldn't even do that. Abigail looks even more dejected after that. I decided not to push it much any further. Well, hey, you have until finals to think on it, right? Right. Mr. Jablinski blisses through the rest of the class much faster, giving out preliminary passes or failed like a Roman emperor granting them mercy or death. Okay, class. Not bad. You remember to keep that question in mind for finals. I'll expect you to be... Oh, shoot. It's right at time. How did that... So, class, I have some I have to dip out real quick for, so... Here. Mr. Jablinski scrambles for a stack of worksheets and messily divides them up among the front row students. I will be right back. Rockstar's promise. Just work on these till I get back, and if any admins come by, tell them... I don't know. That I'm doing something heroic by himself was somewhere else on campus. Like rescuing a baby from raging fire. Alright, gotta go. Yeah, what a music teacher are you, aren't you? Hey, Mr. Jumplinsky, can we use our books on it? Yeah, yes, of course. Work together too, whatever you gotta do. Wow. Okay. I guess that's the life of a rock star, ain't it? Or fucking musician. To space with you, dude. To a space with fucking Katy Perry. And with that, he slams the door shut behind him, and the sound of him bounding down the hall echoes for a solid minute. When it's apparent he really did just cut and run, most students begin surfing their phones and talking amongst one another. Abigail, however, is quick to begin the assignment. Probably not a bad idea. Best case scenario, Mr. Jablinski makes this extra credit rather than required classwork. I guess. The worksheet is unbelievably easy, covering the very first chapter of our textbook, which has things as simple as the classes of instruments at questions. Can I play the oboe, or whatever it's called? With softball questions like these, I can easily do them all on my own. But I could also use the time to chat with Abigail a bit. Hopefully get her mind off at the start of class and lighten the mood. It's a tough choice, but I decide to... fuck it. Yeah, just open up to her. I feel like we're getting points with each girl. Of course, with, what's his fucking name? The brother of Rebecca. Theo, there you go. So... You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You like jazz? What is that? What came to mind? Of all the stupid questions to... Oh, yes I do. I wasn't allowed to listen to it very much growing up, but it can be so energetic. Oh, it landed. Sweet. Somehow. Are you a fan of jazz yourself, Dev? Dev? I haven't heard a jazz song I disliked, but I haven't gone out of my way to listen to it either. Yes, you told Mr. Joe Blinsky that you liked... what was it? Alt rock? Mr. Jablinski did not seem to share your interest, but I also have never heard of it before. I'd like to fucking know it too, cause... I don't fucking know. Would you have any recommendations I could listen to? I've recently been trying to expand my horizons, as you say. She's asking me for recommendations. That's a little surprising, especially if she mainly studied classical pieces before. Yeah, sure. How about a trade? You tell me your favorite classical artists, I give you all my recommendations. Abigail nods fervently. Of course, that sounds very fair. We exchange musical recommendations, and I realized after pulling up Snoot just how many lengthy orchestral compositions I now have to listen to. Well, it seems like good studying music at least. Damn. And I think about it. I never reached the top of my high school orchestra, but I'm pretty sure most of those pieces can reach like 10 minutes. Or maybe, I think like 6, 7 minutes at minimum. Not, not to mention the amount of notes you have to play in a certain beat. It's a certain thing. Measure. Fuck. I don't remember anything anymore. At least when it comes to music class. Abigail takes down my suggestions, and we used a little time left in class to listen to some classical pieces on low volume. Seeing her suddenly so giddy and pointing out the nuances of each of such a production, it tickles at the back of my brain. Through this fog of exhaustion, it almost feels like I'm on the cusp of a major realization. Something that could change everything. Oh no! Back in black, boy. Oh, you know, back in brown. What? Would have the same difference. Sorry again about that, folks. I'll make it up to you sooner or later with some kick-ass lesson or another. But for now, get the heck out of here early today. Go ahead and drop the sheet on my desk and fill it out. We'll make it extra credit. Well, there goes that grand revelation. I can feel whatever epiphany I was about to have fading away. Ah, well. Probably wasn't all that important then. But that's a shame. Abigail and I pack up with everyone else already heading out of the door, completely avoiding Mr. Doblinski's desk at the front. We both head up and hand over our worksheets. Whoa! Abby and the dev man doing work. I won't say it wasn't unexpected, but Mr. Jablinski balls up the sheets, causing Abigail to gasp in horror. 20 points extra credit for each of us. Playing alone. You aren't even going to grade them? Honestly, I doubt either of you would get the questions wrong. And if you did, you would need way more than 20 measly points to pass the rest of this class. Now get out of here, you crazy kids. Seriously, I got one more class for today and still gotta prepare something. Damn. Oh no, my keychain! I dropped my Deco 27 keychain. Did I show this shit off before? I don't remember. But I got this from a gotcha machine in the Philippines. Specifically Malaysia. I do notice that the Philippine vlogs are going down in views, but that's just my channel. I guess I post them a little too much. I guess. Yeah, anyways. I think I'm like halfway through the vlogs too. So, Abigail and I walk into the afternoon sun, pausing before parting ways. Mr. Jablinski is certainly interesting for a professor. At least he is a passionate one. That he certainly is. As I wiped a hand out down my face. The nightmare is almost over. All I have to do is stay lucid for a video game talk in the library, and I can pass out freely. Are you tired, Dev? It's a little early now, even for my bedtime. Huh? Oh, yeah. I just didn't sleep much at all last night. Abigail suddenly pouts at me indignantly. You know it is important to get a good night's rest. It's important for day-to-day function and for your overall health. Why did you not sleep? Well, it's not that I didn't want to sleep. I was just busy. Working on something. I see. Well, do not be so careless next time. Take it from me that you should not push yourself no matter how important schoolwork feels. Oh, honey, you wish it was schoolwork. And that kind of is Interesting that you say that as well. Not only are your parents pushing you, but fucking killing yourself over schoolwork. Sad. Actually, now that I think of it, I know what's been bothering me since my early morning writing. We need a musician for the soundtrack to our game. Suddenly, Abigail's phone perforates the silence. Yeah, perforates, Jesus. Perforates the silence with a shrill ringing and she sighs. Well, I should get going. She pulls out her phone and just before she goes to answer it, I'll hold up a hand and cry out, "Wait! What? What's wrong?" Nothing's wrong. Sorry about that. I just realized something. Some friends and I are going to try making a video game. We have everything covered. Writing, coding, arts, everything except for music. Look, it's going to sound really weird and spur of the moment, so I get it the answer is no, but would you like to help us? We're completely aimless when it comes to music right now. I figure with how talented you are and how much you know, you're the perfect choice. Abigail's frozen in deliberation, and fair enough with how much I just dropped on her. I am not that talented as you think, but a video game, you say? Like a phone game? Oh my, phone game. I don't even want to think about phone games right now. I mean, maybe? You're still pretty early in development, so I don't know for sure. But I do know that we could use you. I am not sure. I am quite busy with my classwork and other considerations. As if on cue, the phone in her hand stops ringing and then immediately recommences. Yeah, yeah, I get that. I was just hoping you'd give it a shot, but sorry for dropping it on you out of nowhere. She stares at me intently for a moment before answering her phone and turning away. I figured that's my answer, so I start to head towards the library by myself, honestly a bit dejected. Hello, mother? No, I'm sorry, I was still in class. Yes, I know, but I'm about to study with I'm going to study with who? No one. I was going to say with the guide, study guide. My ears perk up at that. I stop in my tracks. I will call you later, I promise. Yes, it is a very important test. Yes, love you and give father my love as well. Goodbye. Oh, oh, yo, do that shit again. Yeah, Abigail happy Abigail. Trigger, happy trigger mode, and a not unviolent trigger. This is epic. Oh man, hell yeah. Abigail turns back to me with a nervous smile. I suppose that hearing you and your friends out would not hurt. Where will we be meeting them? I can't help but beam at her as I usher her to follow after me. To the library, where everyone else should already be there. Fair warning, they're a bit eccentric. Not unlike Mr. Jablinski, but I think you'll get along great with them. Oh, okay. Thank you for the Star Wars. Thank you for the Star Wars as transmission, dude. Transmission. Transition, there you go. I miss you, Rebecca. I miss you, Elliot. Emily, please. Abigail and I find the others sequestered in a corner of the library, all focused on their own work. That is, until Theo spots me and immediately breaks the cardinal rules of the library by slamming his book shut. Guys! Dev is here! He just... Wow. A deafening wave of shushes echoes through the massive room, causing everyone to cringe. Elliot pinches the bridge of his nose and hisses. Theo, you literally just got finished telling us you wouldn't raise your voice above a whisper. Now for you, and I quote, all the snoot coin in the world. Wow. To the moon, I guess. Well, I guess I'm not gonna be the next snoot coin billionaire after all. I was literally never on the table. Emily swivels her head back and forth, starting down at the table. Staring down at the table before holding up a note. What are we missing from the table? God damn it. Elliot forgot his tampons. Ah, very mature. Can we have one meeting where... Then Elliot narrows his eyes at the mousy triceratops who began to clean the mess on the table without prompting. Can I help you? No, no. I'm just helping you. Wow. Oh, nice. She's so oblivious to that shit, too. Elliot looks at me with a deadpan expression. Dev, who is this? And why is she alphabetizing our books? Because it's fun. Fuck you. Oh, now outsiders with no business sticking their noses into stuff is a problem? Oh, look at her shit-eating grin, dude. That's crazy. Rebecca. Play nice. Abigail, please! Please! Social cues. Did someone actually need that tampon or... Okay, this is going fucking retarded fast. I expected it to a degree, but not as soon as I arrived. Alright, maybe we should all restart this goddamn convo. Everyone nods along with that, and I take a deep breath, gesturing to Abigail. Everyone, this is Abigail. Abigail, wow. Damn, I actually didn't get your last name. Do the bow again. So majestic. Abigail bows in an overly deferential way to the group, listening and snicker from Rebecca and a head tilt from Emily. Of course. I am Abigail Heikkinen. Isn't there an F1 driver with that last name? Or I think there was an F1 driver, and he also did rally, I think, too. I'm pretty sure it was Finnish as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It is nice to be meeting all of you. Whoa, cool accent. Are you French? Ah, are you French or something? No. I'm actually... Theo, you told me you took French for 3 years. The accent is clearly Scandinavian origin. Actually, that is a common misconception. Finland is not technically Scandinavian. Oh, you know a lot about Scandinavia from your mail-order wife shipping alien. Oh my god. What? That's not even how the joke goes. It's a Russian mail-order bride. You would know. Only Emily still recognizes the situation as the intro it's supposed to be, holding up a message. Hi, I'm Emily. Abigail sheepishly waves to her, eyes flitting to the disintegrating friend group right beside her. Yes, it is nice to meet you too. I finally take a seat and gesture for Abigail to do the same before lightly slapping my hands to the table to gather everyone's attention. Okay. Round robin intro, so we can at least pretend to be normal. You're not gonna erase those last 2 minutes, brother, man. I point to Theo first, figuring he'll be a safe bet. Je m'appelle Theo. That's supposed to be French? You know what? No time. Keep it going to Elliot. Wow, you skip her back. Hello, Abigail. My name is Elliot Reddington. Pregnant pause? What do you mean pregnant pause? Just say pause. How does one commit pregnant pause? That shit follows. Only be because it looks like he's about to say more, but eventually his face just falls. Okay, I see. Huh. Seems like the family name needs less nowadays, huh? Right. That whole thing. That's Rebecca, I guess. She immediately puts on a howdy voice. Salutations, my name is Lady Guinevere. Eloise did. Montclair? Rebecca, come on. She throws her hands up in defeat. Fine, what he said. I'm Rebecca. Whatever. Okay. Lastly, Emily. Of course, she had actually successfully introduced herself already, so she just holds up the same note from before quizzically. Oh. Hi, I'm Emily. Abigail waves at her again. That is cute, but goddamn just retarded. Hello again, Emily, and all of you. It's very nice to meet you. And back on that subject. Why am I meeting you? Yes. Abigail is just as clueless as everyone else, looking for me for an answer. We just talked about this before, Abigail. Literally before we entered the library. Please, we're outside. Because our whole game idea is missing something very important that I think Abigail can help with. Why are we playing a guessing game? Just say the damn thing. V8, no. Monet. I'm pretty sure Elliot has that covered. Sex appeal. A target demographic. Oh, she's still embarrassed. Yes. Different agrees. Except Rebecca's idea. Don't worry. I'll just bring the sexy with the writing. Please don't. Don't go my immortal, okay, Emily? Not Emily, fuck. Rebecca. Like I was saying... Music. We're missing music. We're missing the soul. Fucking Mick-15s. The lot of you. Another volley of shushes makes my heart jump into my throat. Everyone looks at one another before focusing on Abigail. She begins to squirm under the collective scrutiny. You make music? Well, yes. I'm a passionate violinist and can play other instruments more or less. I thought we were just gonna use royalty-free and licensed stuff. Do we really need her? Oh! Do not say it again. I said more than enough. Well, guys, all eyes on Theo now. I'm the fucking dictator of this shit show. Alright. How about we do something epic with the people with smooth hands right now? Put them in a special field. Or maybe a school building because the fields are filled. Dev's the lead dictator, right? I think we should trust him. When you put it in that way. I'll trust Dev on this. I'm clearly the odd man out here, but I want to note that it feels like we're just further bloating the team. Noted and disregarded. Elliot is pissy about it. I'm even more on board. Then welcome aboard, Abigail. Now the head librarian slinks her head around the court to shush us personally. It seems we've almost exhausted all remaining goodwill here. She looks like a deer caught in the headlights. They've only asked for me to come and hear it out. I'm not sure if I'll have time alongside my schoolwork. You're not the only one with classes, you know? Yes, but... it is not easy to explain. No need. You care about your grades more than some randos with barely any plan at all. You're not wrong, Elliot, but goddamn. Have some heart, have some soul! Please! You need some faith in this damn project. If this is a project. Good ass speech. Elliot, bro. Well, am I wrong? I look back at Abigail, rubbing my neck. Not quite the first impression I'd hoped for. I know it isn't much, but would you give it a shot? No commitments. I just really think you're the best person to ask for music help. Abigail lowers her head for a moment in contemplation. Everyone holds their tongues as they await her answer. Finally, she raises her head with an unsure smile. I think I would like to try, even if it doesn't work out. More than I'd give in your place. Don't listen to his hater ass. Realist. The realist part is that he's gotta stick up his ass. Emily holds up a quick sketch of us, all of us throwing Abigail up into the air, titled, "Welcome to the team." Oh my. Did you just make that? Why, yes she did. But let's get down to brass tacks, Abigail. Abigail. Abby. May I call you Gail? I would prefer you didn't. Abigail is fine. Have your way. But what kind of music do you think is best for Metroidvania? Does she... You know, like Dead Scales or something. Dead Scales? I don't even know what this is supposed to be a reference to. I'm not much of a gamer, as you say. Elliot sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose. We're off to a great start, then. Oh, good. I was worried that would be a bad thing at first. After that initial awkward start, we finally get to the meat and potatoes. Talking about the game. Everyone is pretty impressed with what I'd written up from my recollection of our last night meetings. One of us will chime in now and again to make an edit here or there. But the document largely holds up as a recorded record of everything we brainstormed. Unfortunately, my hard-fought work is barely explored before another flashpoint happens. This time, it's actually a combination of Rebecca and Elliot's bickering. Theo testing his French again a bit too loudly, and Abigail underestimating her phone speaker's power, while showing everyone one of her favorite orchestral compositions. The head librarian's on us in a flash, likely not having strayed far after her first shush. Theo pleads with Elliot to do something, but the parasite refuses to throw any weight around over something so stupidly easy to avoid. And with that, we're evicted from the library with extreme prejudice. Now completely without a meeting spot. And even aside from Abigail not seeming the type to break dorm rules, we've had far too many close calls for our former plan to be viable anymore. So, what now? I mean, holy shit. How many times did you even do this shit? Like, nearly get caught. Like, I guess nearly every time? Well, I was hoping I'd have a bit more time to put it together. But remember how I said to give me a week before I prove my usefulness? Only literally every day whenever you open your mouth. Do I live in your mind rent-free or something? Ironic, because I barely think of you at all. Even when you're right in front of me. Rebecca flips into double middle finger. You know what? You and Elliot, you might as well get a fucking room with all this bickering. Like a 30s couple, dude. You can be a 30-year-old couple living like you're in the 30s. Well, fuck. I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it, I will. Elliot, you should just beat her ass. Beat her now! Beat her with a fucking Cadillac. Anyways, I guess it's time I finally put my money where my mouth is. I've been putting together a little hangout spot for us to be able to work at any time of the day. Whoa! It's like a mega warehouse full of millions of dollars of state-of-the-art game design equipment. Raptor, Jesus, no. Are you kidding? I mean, I've put it together at some expense to myself, but I'm gonna need to see more to give more. Needless to say, it will fit our needs for the time being. I'll text you all the details tomorrow, since it's getting late and still have stuff to do. I'll leave adding Abigail, right? Adding her to the group chat. I'll leave it to you guys. Can I get my sprites back, please, too? Elliot walks away without so much as goodbye to anyone, though Theo gives him an enthusiastic wave. After adding Abigail to the group chat, we all stand around a bit longer discussing what little more we can about this project. I personally feel like I'm about to pass out from sleep deprivation, and everyone else seems keen to head back to their dorms too, with Emily and Rebecca leaving together. Oh, you just went back. Went back to the library. Alright, Dev. Why does that look different? Oh no, it's the same, I just haven't seen it before. Okay. Alright, Dev. You ready to head back? You can probably get some game time in with Elliot out doing his stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the bathroom too. I'm sorry, but I have to use it. Alright, you can see my shit's shut. And look at the time as well. It's May 2nd now. And yeah, you don't see the time, but it's 1:19, so wow, crazy. Spent too much time just trying to ship up packages. Alright, Dev, you ready to head back? You can probably get some time together, game time in with Elliot out doing his stuff. Nah, man. I don't get how you're still standing, but I need to sleep desperately. See yourself, man. Just be sure to set an alarm for tomorrow or you'll regret it. And not long, and I am about to follow after him at a much slower pace when I realize it's just Abigail and I. Alright. Thanks. Thanks for giving this a shot, I mean. I know it can be a little hectic, but you think you could work with the others? If your schedule allows it. Abigail tilts her head up, thinking. They are all quite eccentric, as you said to me. Emily is nice and a very good artist. And, the others? Oh, I thought her pupils just... What's that? Turn those light shade blue for some reason. Theo seems very passionate, but his friend Elliot has, as Rebecca said, a stick in his butt. Up his butt, but... yeah, he can. He grows on you, though. And Rebecca, she can be... fiery. Yeah, that's a way to put it. But what do you think of them as a group? Oh, fuck. I'm glad you asked me to come. They were all very nice considering that I just showed up out of nowhere. I can't remember the last time I talked to so many people at once. I can feel you there. Oh. Yes, I never had much opportunity growing up. And aside from today, I haven't spoken to many of my peers. We both jolt as her phone's ringer goes off again and she grimaces. Well, I suppose it's time to part ways. I will see you tomorrow then. Yeah. See you then, Abigail. Good night, Dev. Her smile's a bit more crestfallen as she says that, and I watch as she walks away with her shoulders slumped. She almost looks as tired as I do. I turn and make my way to my dorm room. In spite of my own poor choice of sabotaging me, I had fun today too. God. And it only took a week to complete the team and lay out our next steps. With Elliot setting up a base of operations for us, I have a feeling things are about to get very busy. It's stressful, but it's a unique and exciting kind of stress. You'll hate that stress soon now, dude. Holy shit. I'm about to help design a video game with my friends. My new friends. The end. At least for this particular update. I don't know if they've released a new one. I don't think they did. But yeah. Chapter 4. Now, this particular day's Chapter 4. The previous episode of DevLog being Chapter 3. So, yeah. Es bueno. Very cool. Where's... I thought Dev. Ah, shit. Where the fuck is it? Okay, I guess I'll just do this. Yeah, we're gonna leave the math for now. You can tell me if I fucked up or not. Um, Dev. Yeah, I'll do the Patreon, see if there's anything new. I think the... What's that, the banner changed? I think that's literally it. Yeah, current demo is 3 and 4. Right. Uh, that is basically it for me. That was much, much more... How should I call it? How should I call it? Much more short, I should say. Yes. I think last episode was, or chapter 3 was around 2 hours long, around. This episode should be a hour 30. So a bit more longer, but hey yo. I'm gonna end off here, truly. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like for this episode, and I shall see you, yes you, in whatever episode you watch next in this channel, man. Peace out.